Welcome to Before and After. This segment deals with persons who have made a valuable contribution to the development of our nation. Many have left us, but for those who are still here, we will try to bring them into your living rooms, where they will share with you their experiences, thoughts, and ways forward.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Video Showcase. And with us this evening, we have George Charles, one of the founding fathers of our independence. Mr. Charles, good evening.
Good afternoon.
Can you just give us a little background as to who you are and the role you have played in our path to independence?
Well, I came here in 1951 from Trinidad, which I was a county councillor. I was representing the largest county, which is the Martin ward. And His Excellency the Governor nominated me on an administration board. The first black man to go on an administration board in Trinidad was George Hamilton Charles, although I am not a Trinidadian. Yeah, a young lady came to Trinidad from St. Vincent and she said, "Oh God, Mr. Charles, things bad over there. We need a man like you to come and help us. Come go over now and see the position." And she forced me and I came over with her. And when I reached over here in a saw condition, at that time poor old Mac, he didn't know what to do. I don't know who used to run the country because no production, no produce to sell. And he only was depending to borrow money from the estate owners and the merchant to run the country. I mean, how you can... So then he couldn't give the workers wage because you can't ask a man for the money and then come back and put up a wage on them. So that's why the working masses, they were suffering.
And then you started to pick up their cause.
That's why I said, look, I will stop over here and defend the cause of the poor workers. They need representation.
So your thing was ready to defend the poor?
Yes, that is what held me back here, to take care of the poor working men and women, because they were underpaid. The money that they should get through representation, they're taking it to run government.
And then you ventured into politics with the 8th Army of Liberation?
Yes, then I started open the 8th Army of Liberation, and I went into politics, and I won all 8 seats to sweep the poll throughout the whole St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I had Clive Tannis from representing the Grenadines. Still, the Freitas was there for years. Nobody could move him. He's from BG, but live over here. And I just pushed him aside, put Clive Tannis and knock him out. Knock out Old Mac, take Rudolph Baines and then knock out the leader, Old Mac. He tell me, a damn man, it's a little boy like you come from Trinidad, think you can move me here? I tell him, wait, you're going to see the day before the election, I get a brown ram goat. He used to wear a brown suit, brown khaki. And I get a brown ram goat and put a red necktie around the ram goat neck in an open small truck and my loudspeaker. And when I say, here is Papa Mac, this is the end of his journey. People cry long out there, oh God. Them old people said, look what you do with Papa Mac and so on. They start to cry. Well, I had also to take half a turn. But however, I won all the seats. Joachim was the next terrible fellow down. They say nobody can move him and I knock him out.
You have looked back over those years. How do you see our independence today? 18 years that we have celebrated our political independence. How do you see it? What changes have you seen and what changes would you like to see?
Oh, well, I have seen a lot of changes and the country march on. Because if you notice our hospital, I don't know if you ever go in there, but if you notice our hospital and see the improvement and the amount of people that they can accommodate now, and more doctors, well, the whole island is great improvement, and I am satisfied that from the time I left there, well, the only man who doing things to satisfy me is James Mitchell, because Joshua didn't do nothing, he destroyed what he need.
But you and Joshua are allied?
No, well, Joshua and I was not allied. It's Gary who called me from Trinidad. I didn't know Joshua in Trinidad. I never knew Joshua in Butler movement because I trained under God and Uriah Butler. Joshua wasn't over there. But when I start my party here, Eric Gary from Grenada called me and tell me one Joshua Butler is over there coming through for St. Vincent. And he think I should take him because he could be of a great help. So as I heard the name Butler and no Butler was me either, I tell him, yes, tell him to come. But I didn't know he was Ebenezer Joshua from St. Vincent. And he hipped up, and then when I gave him privilege to go carry him along and so on, he go along and he start to bad talk me and say bad things about me and so on, what he know nothing about.
Was it in 1951 that the 8th Army of Liberation swept everything?
Yes, 1951.
And what happened to your government at that time? You know, quote-unquote government.
Oh man, my government we had great unity. Joshua wasn't there at that time, you know.
But did you still champion the cause of the poor people when you got into power?
Sure, how I champion the cause, man. I go to the Queen in England and make solid representation, because you couldn't just depend on begging the estate owners for the money and the little profit and the merchant in town. The Queen gave me £250,000.
And in those days, I guess that was plenty money.
It was plenty money. And I called up Bustamante in Jamaica, asked him where they getting the banana plants from. Jamaica was making millions of dollars with banana. And he told me, and I sent S.O. Jack and Hillary De Silva that had the swift ring factory up Middle Street. I sent those two men for the plants. I think was where he sent me was Martinique and somewhere else.
So you really basically started the banana industry?
I started the banana industry, and I gave the people $500 to every acre of banana that they plant, and free fertilizer, free chemicals whatsoever, and $500 in cash. And many other help I give to them. And it's I who nurtured the banana start to ship to him.
Were you ever a farmer? You was into farming?
Well, I never did it of myself, but I was in charge of a part of an estate for Georgia Foggins in Trinidad.
But how do you see the banana industry now when you're hearing all the things about the World Trade Organization, you know, basically throwing us out in terms of the preferential treatment? How do you see the banana industry surviving? The
banana industry will survive. I went through some of the fields, and I myself have a cousin who died, and I just go up there and supervise his small estate. And the banana can make a comeback, a solid comeback. They just want help. One of the things that really hampering the banana in St. Vincent, they raise the chemicals too high. The board that running the Banana Association, it shouldn't be a board like that. The government should have their own civil servants mixed to instruct and direct these men. These men have no idea about what they're doing. The rate of how they raise the fertilizer, the people can't buy to give the whole field fertilizer. That is what killing it.
Okay. I know we could go on and talk a lot of things about what has happened in the past, but I just want to bring you back now to the present. I mean, we're going to celebrate our independence next Monday. Any advice you have for the people of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or to the youth in particular?
Well, the youths especially, I could tell them that they could, I don't know, but they're a little off balance. They can straighten up themselves and grow up as good and sensible and peaceful citizens, and they must try to take the education as much as they can take in, so as to hold a good place in the nation.
Okay, Mr. Charles, thank you very much. And from we here at Video Showcase, this is wishing you a very happy independence. Good evening.